come here to have lessons with us on this Tuesday, and I really hope many of you are here. And so this is it. This is it. Now, for this week, we're going to do something new. Why? Because we're going into a new unit already, and that is this one. And I hope all of you are very nice. And so. Oh, yeah. So, this is our new topic. What is that? Sports, right? Sports. Many of you like sports. And what I will be doing with you today is a piece of... Oh, this is... There we go. Sorry, not very good at doing this because we don't have this in our classroom. So this is really the first time that I am using this touch screen technology. So, all right. Oh, yes. And then, oh, so yes. Come back. So we're going to writing a survey report on students' sports habits. Part 1 was so long, so much so for this very long. Don't worry. For this tutorial, I will only do the first part with you. So this is part 1. We will prepare ourselves for writing the report. And then next week, we're going to really write down something. So, writing a survey report and student sports habits. Also, I will cut this tutorial into 2 parts. And part 1, we will talk about sport first. Refresh ourselves with something about sports first. And then in the second part, I will tell you more about what a survey report is. Now, so. Why do we have sport as a big topic in English? And you know, in HKDSC, we're going to have a big topic that is about sports communication. And why do we have sport? Because it's important. This is why. And why are sports so important? Because it has a lot of benefits. Benefits means good points. Means it's good for us. So, benefits. And so what are the benefits? A very quick look at this interesting video.
Kids need exercise. Whether it's hitting the slopes, playing soccer, going for a ride, or playing hockey. Whatever the sport they play, regular physical activity benefits you in many ways. It builds muscles, maintains healthy joints, and controls weight and blood pressure. Exercise can also benefit children academically. Research has suggested a positive association between sports and enhanced concentration, improved classroom behavior, and improved academic performance. What's more, high school athletes are more likely to attend college and get degrees than non-athletes. And studies have shown that adolescents who play sports are 8 times as likely to become active young adults. And young adults with higher self-esteem, stronger leadership skills, and a lower risk of depression than youth who are not as active. Community recreational.
So what are the benefits? So many benefits here. Do you remember all of them? Now, and also do you remember that I have uploaded a worksheet for you to prepare for that in your Google Classroom already. So if you have taken a look at it already, and if you have prepared that for you, you take it out and work with me do is to take all those that was mentioned in the video and then just leave out those are not mentioned. So a very quick look at some of these. Build muscles, make you feel very big here, muscles. Maintain healthy joints, you see about this, okay? The bones, right, the joints, make your joints are very healthy and stay beautiful. Of course, many of you will find that sports can keep you fit and stay good and look good. And control weight and blood pressure. Control weight, that is, what is weight? When you are, if you are fat, you're overweight. If you are thin, you're underweight. So how heavy you are, the weight. And blood pressure. This is about blood pressure. Old people will always use this to measure your blood pressure. So sports can also help young people to control their blood pressure. And win a lot of friends, yes, of course. If you, you always join all those activities at school, you can win a lot of friends. Many people will like to be friends with you and to play with you, right? Win a lot of friends. And also some other, many. High school athletes is high school students who play sports. Athletes are more likely to get degrees than non-athletes. It means they have a higher chance of going into the university. So if you play sports, maybe you're more active and then you can go into the university. You have a higher chance of doing that. And adolescence, what is this? We have learned this word before. It means young people. Do you remember adolescents, young people who play sports are 8 times as likely to become active young adults. 8 times as likely. So when they grow up, when they go into this society, they will become more active, they're more willing to go out to work and to make friends and don't just stay home and feeling very boring. More active and more successful. And higher self-esteem, you feel good about yourself, you feel that I can do it. I'm not just someone who's very low, right? So higher self-esteem, become famous in school. Of course, if you participate in a lot of school activities, everybody knows you, and you may have a lot of fans at school. And stronger leadership skills, leaders. What are leaders? Like prefects in our school, class monitors, all of these, they are the leaders at school. So those who always exercise will be better leaders, that is it. And lower risk of depression. Lower risk means you don't have a higher chance of feeling depressed, feeling sad. So more cheerful. All right, so much so for this. Listen once again and try to take, right? If you don't have the worksheet, it's okay. Just work with me here. Just try to get many points as you can here.
Kids need exercise, whether it's hitting the slopes, playing soccer, going for a ride, or playing hockey. Whatever the sport they play, regular physical activity benefits you in many ways. It builds muscles, maintains healthy joints, and controls weight and blood pressure. Exercise can also benefit children academically. Research has suggested a positive association between sports and enhanced concentration, improved classroom behavior, improved academic performance. What's more, high school athletes are more likely to attend college and get degrees than non-athletes. And studies have shown that adolescents who play sports are 8 times as likely to become active young adults. And young adults with higher self-esteem, stronger leadership skills, and a lower risk of depression than you who are not as active. Community recreational centers are where many of these benefit.
This thing is really sensitive. So Very quickly, build muscles, maintain healthy joints. You can stay beautiful, but this is not mentioned in the video. And control weight and blood pressure, win a lot of friends, again not mentioned. And yes, this is better chance to get a degree, and 8 times it's likely to become active young adults, higher self-esteem, become famous in school, not mentioned. Stronger leadership skills and lower risk of depression. I hope you get some of that. So we're running out of time. All right. So very quickly we have gone through why sports are so important, and then we go into our next part, that is a survey report. What is a survey report? Look at this picture. These people, they're doing a survey. So first of all, you start a questionnaire. Write down some question and try to go out to ask people's questions, to interview them, and that is called a survey. So we're going to have a survey about student sports habits, sports. So we have a very quick look at our questionnaire. And you have the questionnaire already in the Google Classroom. So very quickly we go to some questions together. So first one, how often do you take part in sports? Or how often do you do that? Right. How many times do you do that in a week? Right. So you can have less than once in a week, twice, once or twice, 3 or 4 times a week, and also or more than 4 times a week. So in a week, 1 time, once in a week, and what is this? Twice or 2 times in a week. So this is how often you can do your sports. So try to answer this question, your own answer. And next one. What kind of sports do you usually do? What kind of sports? Many of you will have different answers for me. And you may have, well, 1, 2, 3. Very quickly, I need to be quick. So all this, what are they? Very quick review of that in our Form 1, Form 2, Form 3. Now we have learned all this word: basketball, volleyball, football, or soccer. Right? If you like that, you can write it down. Second one, what is this? Swimming. And what is this? Now I'm trying to give you some example only. I will not talk about all the sports. Swimming and windsurfing. And also, hey, this is cycling. And some of you told me that he likes to go and play with this. So I also put this here. What is it in English? Snooker. You can write it down if you like it. So this one is jogging. And this is Korean style Taekwondo. And many of you like this nowadays. How to say this in English? Tell me. Yes, work out in the gym. So, next question, number 3. Where do you do these sports? Where do you do this? Tell me. Where do you usually do this? This is our school hall, right? And what else? This is for playing basketball. How do you call this? This is called a basketball court, or if it is volleyball, it's a volleyball court. Very simple. And what is it? This is a sports ground, and we always go to. Which one is the nearest to us? Csjss, right? Csjss sports ground. To play the sports ground. And hey, how about this? Cycling track. And gym room, right? Or Or you like swimming, windsurfing, you may say you go to cycle. And question number 4, do you think you are doing enough sports? Yes or no? Tell me, do you think you are doing enough sports? And why don't you do more sports if you don't do a lot of sports? Why? Tell me why. Some answers for you to choose in the questionnaire. Not enough time. Oh, this is usually our answer. Too tired. Too tired. Too many homeworks already. And what's the next one? Not interested in sport. Maybe just I don't like sports. This is the reason. I like drawing, I don't like sports. And no one to do it with. Oh, only one person where to go with, who to go with. So this is it. And last question. How important do you think the following benefits of sports are? So how do you think the following are benefits? How do you think about it? Are they important? Not important, that's unimportant, or neither important nor unimportant means not this, just no. So, do you think they're important? They're important for controlling weight. Controlling weight. Do you think it is, you tick, important, not important, or N? And to improve stamina, look at what is, this is a new word to us, many of us, stamina. Doing something for a long time and not giving up. You're doing something for 5 hours, 10 hours, 1 day, 2 days, but still, it's hard, but I insist to do this. I keep on doing this. I do not give up. That is stamina. So, sports. Do you think it is important for helping you with this point? And to fight stress and worry. Look at this lady, stress and worry. But sports can help you fight worry. And to be more sociable, you can make a lot of friends. Say you go out to play football and many people are playing with you. And after playing the football, you can go out to have a drink with them. Then you can make more friends and become more sociable. That is it. Alright. And to improve self-esteem. You feel good about yourself. You don't feel that you are somewhat very low down. We have talked about this before, right? So. And that's the end of the survey. I hope you can finish it and upload your answer. Very simple answer. Just upload your answer onto the Google Classroom for me so that I can collect all the data. And then next week we can get some result and try to write down the points together. Try to write down something about the report. That is we will write the survey report next week. We will go through all this and give some good suggestions after getting all the results. So this is it for my tutorial today. And we will have Mr. Austin and also Miss Lee together to have our next tutorial for us. So thank you. See you next week.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Ken. And for the coming up, we will do the lesson with Mr. Austin together.
Yes,
we
yes,
try a
today.
new way to conduct the lessons.
We
and
will.
hope you enjoy the lesson. And
Yes.
before we start, I'm going to open the file first.
2 for 1 special. Let me take them out.
And just to remind you, when you are ready and pay attention, we use the test book. Okay, this is the Unit 3, the new unit. And the topic come from the page 85. Okay, there are some exercise and you have to submit it to me and put it on the Google Classroom by next Monday or Tuesday. Okay? Now, and so let's start our lesson.
Okay, let's begin.
Okay.
We'll have to operate this.
And here are the outlines for this 25 minutes lessons, and we divided into 3 parts. The first part, you are going to watch a video, okay? Talking about sports street inspired by Olympians and what the sport's about. And then, as you know, a great international sports event is coming. What's that?
Yes, the Olympics.
Yeah, where?
2020.
Where?
Where I just was on my vacation, Tokyo, Japan.
Oh, that's great.
Yes.
And for the next part, we will talk more about the Olympics and sports. Okay, there are some speaking questions for us to do the practice.
Yeah, some pronunciation. To know some of the sports names in English.
All right, now, so shall we have a look on the first video clip? And this is about the street sports. Try to jot down the sports that you can name. Let's go. Oh. All right, so Ms. Dawson, can you tell us about your childhood? That you say that you like, what kind of sport you like to play when you were a child?
When I was a kid, of course, because I'm from Canada, lots of snow in Canada, my sports were hockey in the winter, and I liked baseball in the summer. And I played on a real team. I was on the all-star team for my province of British Columbia.
Have you ever thought to join the Olympics or what?
When I was a kid, yes, I'd like to play in the Olympics or on a baseball team, but I'm too lazy. You know, it takes so many hours to be a professional athlete, like some of these people. You saw the girl there, how strong she is lifting herself up. I mean, that takes a lot of work.
Yes.
Yeah. How about you? What did you do? I should ask. I don't see Mr. Lin in the picture.
I guess many of you know that I like playing basketball very much. And when I was in secondary school, I played for school. And also when I went to the university, I also got the chance, but I gave up because I need to focus on my academic study. That's the reason. And of course, everyone dreams to be an NBA basketball player.
Yes.
I also do.
but I see a problem, Mr. Lin. Do you see the problem, Mr. Lin?
I'm too short.
Too not tall enough. Taller than me, but not
Too
tall
short.
enough.
Yeah.
That's why I say always play the sports that you are tall enough for. Baseball's good. You can be very short and make lots of money.
Okay. And here, the topic, Tokyo 2020 Olympic. And below you can see the date. It is on 24th of July, but we are not very sure whether...
So far, it's not cancelled. It's not cancelled. Japan, Tokyo, Japan says they won't change the date, but you never know.
Yeah, so...
Hopefully.
Let's see. And this, what's that? Mr. Awesome.
These are called mascots.
Mascots.
So what's a mascot? It's like a representative of a sports team. You know all the mascots for like, my favorite team is the Toronto Blue Jays baseball team. So they have a cute bird who looks like a blue jay. Other teams have tigers or whatever.
What
So
do they like? What do they need a mascot for? What? For
I don't
what
know,
purpose?
they usually represent something like toughness or courage or agility or something. So these two mascots, they're going to represent something, okay? So what is it called here? Mirei Towa? Well, I can't say it, it's Japanese. And Some doesn't really matter.
So what do they mean? Their name? Let's see.
Oh, it will help us pronounce it. All right. Okay, so the name Miratawa is based on the Japanese words mirei, meaning future, and tawa, meaning eternity. What's eternity? Eternity means forever. Okay, well, something that will go on forever and ever and never end. Okay, representing the wish that the Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games will lead to a future of everlasting. It's the same as eternity, same meaning, okay? Forever and ever. Hope in the hearts of everyone around the world. Okay, so that's a nice message.
How do you pronounce it? Mira.
Mirei, I think it's Mirei.
Mirei.
Tawa.
Mirei Tower. And Mirei Tower is the mascot for the Summer Olympic.
The Summer Olympics.
Okay, and the other one, unfortunately, we haven't got enough time to do the explanation for this part. We will jump it to the next one.
All right.
Okay, and now, so what sports will be included in this Summer Olympic? Do you know that?
Oh yeah, so many sports.
Oh, let's go have a video clip, okay?
We're gonna need to look.
And the mascot will show us, okay?
Yes, the mascot will show. Mirei Tawa. See if I pronounced it right.
What's that? Oh, yeah. Thank you. this video clip?
Can I name
Yeah,
a sport?
yeah,
Yes,
just
well,
one.
of course, baseball. Baseball.
Okay,
Very
and
good.
of course basketball.
Of course,
okay.
basketball.
But there are many other sports in Olympics,
And a lot harder to pronounce and to learn the English name for these sports. Okay,
so let's
there
have
are
a look.
many.
Yeah,
And we'll go over a few. We can't go over all of them today, but they have this link.
so
And so the Tokyo 2020 Games, you can look up this website and find the English version, of course. Always got to learn English. And I think it's quite good because they've given you the picture for many of the sports. But if you don't know the picture, you can push on one. Let's find one. Maybe what's one we don't know?
no, what types? You just asked me this morning.
3x3 basketball. Yeah, I don't know basketball too much. So 3x3, what is 3x3? Push it, and then it will show you what it is. I hope, there it is. 3x3, okay, so we know it's basketball, but this ball doesn't look like a basketball.
3x3.
It looks like a funny looking ball. I don't know, is that a basketball? Does it go up?
The size is smaller.
It's a smaller ball. Okay, so see, I didn't know that. So this is good. I like it because I can learn a lot. The English is quite difficult, but if you skip down, there should be a video. When I was looking at it earlier, there's a video, but maybe there's not a video for each one. That's too bad.
Okay.
Anyways. So, and it explains how it works. So there's 8 teams, they compete, and then eventually one of the countries will win. All right? So what is archery? Well, go through archery. It's the same thing. Archery. So archery, this is really good. You should try this. I did this when I was a kid. I wasn't very good at it, but it's a lot of fun. You really have to be strong to hold this. It looks easier than it is. You don't just pull it back. You've got to really hold on. And you have to be pretty strong for archery. All right? So here's the video example. There we go. Does it work? Maybe? It's just slow. You know the internet. It's always slow.
Yeah.
Maybe it will work. Maybe it won't. Maybe we're not plugged in today.
Okay,
So it might not.
Sorry.
That's okay. We can't wait forever for these things. All right, so going through some of these, artistic gymnastics. I really like the sports where there's some artistic qualities to the sport. So in the Winter Olympics, you have the artistic ice dancing, ice skating, so they have to put on a dance. I love those. Artistic gymnastics is very much similar to that, where they have to put on a show. Oh, but our picture quality isn't too good. But they have to do swirling around, and they have to put on a show, not just show off their strength. They have to have some artistic merit as well. So usually with the artistic gymnastics, they might have ribbons and stuff. They don't really show the picture here, but...
And this guy.
Yeah, and
the rings?
they do that. They have to put on a show, though. They have to impress and land properly and do different things. So it's quite... I like these sports.
Okay, and the next one, and just select some.
Athletics, we don't need to go. Artistic swimming is the same. They have to be together. So you might have 5 swimmers, and then they have to put on a show with their legs, like they'll be underwater, face down, with their legs up in the air, and they do a show.
They're just like dancing in the
water, basically.
Yeah.
So, but they have to be in time, and they get marks for both the athletic and the artistic. So I love those sports to watch. Athletics, of course, you know this one. The athletics are all the running sports. So, 100 meter, 200 meter, then the 3,000 meter run. I think there's about 15 or 16, maybe more, different runs.
And they are categorized into 2 big fields. One is field, one is track, as I know that.
Track, yes.
Track and fields, okay.
And of course you know badminton. So many of these you will already know. Baseball. Do you know softball? Softball is where they throw the ball underhand. There's 2 kinds of softball. This one will be very fast softball. So they pitch like this underhand. You can't see maybe on
I can just know about the name. Home run.
Home run, yes.
What's that? Home run.
A home run is if you hit the ball over the fence. Okay. Nobody can catch it. Then you get to run around all the bases, and you will score 1 run. And if there are 3 people on base,
Then I got three.
you will score all 3 of them plus yourself. So a
Okay.
home run is worth 4 runs. And if the bases are loaded, in other words, everybody is on base, you hit a home run, it's called a grand slam.
Grand Slam.
Grand slam home run. And if you're ever in America and you go to a restaurant called Denny's, you can order the grand slam breakfast. It's much better than McDonald's breakfast. It's 3 times bigger, so much food, okay? 3 pancakes like this big, crazy big, all right?
This also, you really like eating, you can't
Yeah.
stop talking eating again.
I like eating more than the sports. Anyways, basketball, you know. Beach volleyball, do you know beach volleyball? Beach volleyball
Yeah.
usually has 2 people on each team.
I guess in our school, some students went to this kind of competition.
Yes.
Maybe last year.
Yes.
And, yeah, they played the beach ball competition. as
Very
well.
pretty people play this one. Some people watch only to see the pretty people play this sport. Boxing, you know. Oh, yes, I don't like this one.
Yes.
You know, I don't want to feel pain. Not good. All right. And we'll skip a few of these because they're a little bit more difficult.
Yeah.
But we wanted to go, equestrian is interesting. This is riding horses. So if you are a horse rider, professional horse rider, you are called an equestrian.
Equestrian.
Yeah, it's a big word. It's not, you know, it's not a word in English you're going to use. Fencing is like sword fighting, but the sword is very thin. But you do have to wear protection because it's still sharp. You know golf, and you know most of these, but the one that I think we should know, judo and karate, is kind of like taekwondo.
Oh.
Taekwondo, but this is Japanese,
And
and
this,
I'm not sure where judo is from. Where's judo from?
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either. Off the top, you might know. You can tell us on the Google Classroom if you know where judo is from. I don't know. I want to say South Korea,
Not sure.
but I don't think so. I don't think that's right. But karate is definitely Japanese. So they should win this, right? Tokyo. If they lose this one, I don't know why, because it's their sport. They should win this one. All right. Rugby, you know most of these.
Oh, this one.
Oh, this is...
Because I know that this is the new one.
Yeah,
new
this
sport.
is new sport, skateboarding. Because they want to attract the young people like yourself to watch the Olympics. I think in your textbook,
Yes.
it says that young people don't like a lot of the boring sports. Like, I don't want to say because it would be mean to say a sport is boring because some people spend their whole life trying to be good at that sport. And then if I come and say, oh, it's boring, I feel bad. Because their whole life is about
Maybe we can say that we are not interested in that sport.
yeah, I'm not interested in guys who lift the weight up.
Yeah.
It's kind of boring to me, okay, you lift the weight, but anyway, they work really hard. So skateboarding is interesting. What else? I mean, they're all kind of interesting. Hey, some of you, table tennis.
Yeah.
If you're really good at table tennis, you don't have to be really strong to be a table tennis player. You don't have to be really tall to be a table tennis
But
player.
you need to be fast.
You need to be fast, very fast. But if you're very fast, this is a good sport. You make lots of money. But you have to be the best in Hong Kong
Yeah, otherwise.
to have a chance. So that's not easy. The one that, some of these are a little bit interesting. Trampoline, do you know trampoline gymnastics? Trampoline.
There are some 2 bars or... Let's have a look on
Let's
this.
have a look, because my word for trampoline is different. So we'll see what they do here. There's usually a trampoline where they have to... Oh, there's a video, but it's not going to work maybe. Oh, no.
Yeah, it takes
It takes too long. Okay, well, trampoline, there's this...
1 minute, 1 sport.
Okay, it worked. Yay, us.
Trampoline. Yo.
how they get marks. But what is the problem with the video? The problem is they don't show you an example of what it actually is. I'd like to have seen a routine from...
I can just see some guys, some athletes, they are doing the foot planes.
Yeah, there's a trampoline on the ground and they have to run and then they jump on the trampoline, go right up into the air and do spins and circles, and then they have to land on their feet without falling over. And even if they land and they take a step, then they lose marks for that. So it's a very difficult sport. It takes a lot of practice and it's dangerous because you can fall and land on your head, which doesn't seem too appealing. And I think the last one we'll cover, one more, is triathlon. I like the word triathlon. Triathlon, I should say, not triathlon. Triathlon is a hard word to say. Tri means three, like triangle. Triangle has three sides. Triathlete. So a triathlete means that there are three sports that they do. Usually it's running. So they have to run like, I don't know how many, 20 kilometers, and then they have to bicycle for 50 kilometers, and then they have to swim a great distance as well. But these can be different. It's not always swimming, biking, and running. It can be three other things, but in the Olympics, those are the three that they usually do.
Okay. And now, so we'll just have a look on this.
That's the swimming part.
Yes.
All right, so you're competing. So you might be really good at running, but you might not be very good at swimming. So this is a tough sport. You have to be good at three different things, right? It's not easy.
Yeah, but I think some of our students...
1 minute, must go.
Okay, and since we are running out of time, and for the last part, that is the speaking about sport, maybe we will do it next week.
Next week, yeah.
Yes.
We have to.
And so today we just have some new vocabulary words. What's that?
Sport vocabulary?
Yeah.
Yeah. They can just look at these words on the website.
Yes, and
So you can
upload the file.
Yeah.
And actually, the question I will also upload to the Google Classroom. You can have a look on these questions. And we will do it next week. There are 10 questions. Try to answer the question yourself before we have the lesson next week.
Yes.
Okay? Like name some Olympic sports.
That's easy because we've already gone over many of the Olympic sports.
And which are the most dangerous sports at the Olympics?
Try to choose 3 or 4. Don't just choose one. We know boxing is dangerous.
Yes.
But try to think of some of the other sports that are dangerous.
And which country was the first Olympics in?
Oh no, do you know this one? Where was the very first Olympic Games?
And
Oh, I'm not answering. We'll let them answer. You find out.
and this one, what is the most boring sport? Like boring.
I don't know. Maybe you think all the sports are boring if you don't like sports, but hopefully you will like some of them.
And of course we got what is the most exciting. Okay, most exciting sports at the Olympics. And the next question, which is whether individual or team sports. If you were in the Olympics, which sport would you like to join or do? And how would you feel if you won a gold medal? Wow, I can.
Well, I can tell you, you will feel very rich because you get paid lots of money, but you have to do a lot of talks.
And you can do a lot of commercials.
You have to do a lot of commercials. Schools like CSJ will hire you. You have to come to the school and tell the students about your sport. But everybody loves you, so you get many girlfriends and boyfriends from this one. So it's okay.
Which is more important, winning or competing? And the last one, do you think athletes have too much pressure? Okay, talking about pressure, we have already done some writing about pressure.
Yeah, we have.
Okay, so that's all today, and
Right.
we can begin.
See you next time.
Yes, okay.
All right, have a good week.